Hi all, my name is Melissa Chavez and welcome to my presentation on TPACK and SAMR framework. I have a quick question for you. When you plan lessons, do you plan lessons to just cover the learning content, or do you also try to provide student engagement? If you are like me, you can spend your time navigating through webs for minutes, then those minutes eventually turn into hours to simply find the right strategies and engaging lessons to meet the needs of our students. Here's a simple solution to addressing students' personalized learning, and it's through the implementation of technology. Now, I know some of you may be a bit scared or just not comfortable with technology, but I would love to take the moment to explain the importance of utilizing TPACK and SAMR frameworks as we integrate technology into the learning environment. TPACK and SAMR frameworks are not just rules or steps that we must follow, but are concepts and ideas that help us make meaningful decisions when using technology to enhance the learning environment. So first, let's dive into TPACK. TPACK stands for Technological, Pedagogical, and Content Knowledge. Dr. Dorit Mayor explains digital pedagogies may be the concept that can encompass all teaching approach, student attitudes, and desired learning outcomes. The first step is understanding the forms of knowledge in the TPACK framework. We have pedagogical knowledge, we have content knowledge, and we have technological knowledge. They each cover a specific need for a student. So the content knowledge is the what. What are you teaching and covering in your lessons? Whether it's math, art, science. Next, we have the pedagogical knowledge. It's the how. How will you teach the lesson? How will you make it accessible to your students? What tips and strategies will be used to deliver the lesson? Will it be group work? Will it be partner work? Will it be the teacher facilitating the entire lesson? And lastly, we have technological knowledge. We call it the partner. What digital tool will be selected to make the lessons more accessible to your students? Will it be through laptops, iPads, Google Drive, or even augmented reality? Furthermore, each form of knowledge overlaps to focus on the ultimate blend of each relationship. Let's take a look at the blended knowledge. Pedagogical knowledge. It narrows in on the best way to teach your specific classroom content, personalizing their specific needs. Technological content knowledge. It's what tools can be used to enhance the learning experience for your students. And lastly, technological pedagogical knowledge is using the selected tech tool to deliver the learning outcomes and experiences. Now, putting all those together, it creates a blended area in the middle, and that's where TPACK is. TPACK is when all the knowledge comes together for the best possible lesson outcome, applying each form of knowledge with the support of technology. Now let's look at an example of TPACK in the preschool. As you can see, the traditional one is a group center where all the students wait their turn to speak. And we've noticed that during this time, students lose focus and lose engagement. So why not take that and that opportunity for students to share and look at technology like Flipgrid, where each student has the ability to share at their own pace on their own time using technology. Now let's dive into SAMR. So the SAMR framework stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. Dr. Ruben Fuentedura categorize each letter as an individual degree of technology integration. Through this framework, tiers are leveled on the implementation of technology. So let's look at SAMR through this staircase diagram. First, there's substitution. Next, we have augmentation. Then we have modification, and then redefinition. Substitution is the simplest step, using a tech tool to substitute the old form of teaching, but nothing changes in the lesson. So from pen and paper to a computer. Next, we have augmentation. It's the second simplest. In this stage, the technology is adding to the learning experience. This technology tool will add and aid the overall product. So that's adding charts and diagrams and audio and videos into a presentation. Next, we have modification. In this stage, you are finding a new way to actually change the learning design and transform the student learning. So that's taking your presentation and recording it, adding audio to it. Redefinition. The final and trickiest step. You're completely transforming the desired lesson into a digital lesson that is completely integrated with technology. Whether that's creating an online portfolio, you're working through a shared document, or you're simply creating content online. So let's look at SAMR in a preschool classroom. Story dictation, something that is a great tool for students. Now, here we have a student drawing their picture. Next, the teacher will have to write it. But if we can implement technology like little bird tails, students have the ability to not only draw their pictures online, but if they have the ability, they can add audio to it. And then it becomes an audio digital story where they can share it with everyone. In conclusion, we experience the need of technology in our classroom throughout not only the pandemic, but as the years go by. Children are learning and responding differently in this new digital world. Therefore, sticking to the traditional learning is not meeting the needs of our students and future students. Do you want to keep your students from their success? I'm sure not. So let's work on using more technology integration in our lessons and providing those students with those new experiences. And let's dive into the new world of teaching with technology integration. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.